America has a cost of living problem. For millions of people, affording housing, groceries, and transportation has become a daily challenge, especially in cities. But some cities have taken that challenge to an entirely new level. Today, we're looking at the 10 most expensive cities in America. We'll look at what's driving the costs and why still people choose to live in these places anyway. Before we start, please subscribe and support me on Patreon. All money goes directly to my university funds. Number 10. San Diego, California. San Diego often gets overshadowed by its neighbors, but make no mistake, it's one of the most expensive cities in America. The median home price is over $950,000. Median rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $2,600, and the overall cost of living is 50% higher than the national average. The reason? A combination of limited housing supply, zoning restrictions, and high demand driven by its weather, beaches, and quality of life. Despite its laid-back image, San Diego is becoming increasingly unaffordable, especially for middle-income earners. Number 9. Miami, Florida. Known for its beaches and nightlife, Miami has quietly become one of the least affordable places to live. The median home price is $620,000, and rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $2,400. The overall cost of living is 23% above the national average, but unlike other cities, Miami's wages haven't kept up, making its income-to-housing cost ratio one of the worst in the country. Add in high insurance premiums due to climate risks, and living in paradise comes with a steep price tag. Number 8. Boston, Massachusetts. Boston is a case study in education-driven demand. The median home price is $880,000. The rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $3,000, and the cost of living is 48% above the US average. With major universities, hospitals, and tech firms clustered downtown, demand for housing has exploded. But historic preservation rules and limited land mean very little new housing gets built, keeping prices high even as population grows. Transportation and grocery costs are also above average, thanks to Boston's dense layout and northeast location. Number 7. Seattle, Washington. The tech boom has transformed Seattle from grunge capital to real estate hotspot. The median home price is $950,000, and one-bedroom apartment rent costs are around $2,800 on average. Overall cost of living is 54% above the national average. Amazon, Microsoft, and other tech giants have drawn in high-paying jobs, but the housing supply hasn't caught up. Zoning laws still favor single-family homes, and infrastructure costs, especially energy, are on the rise. Number 6. Los Angeles, California. LA has long been associated with glamour and sprawl, but now it's also a symbol of unaffordability. The median home price is $1 million, and one-bedroom apartment rent is $2,700. The overall cost of living is 51% above the US average. LA's huge footprint makes car ownership necessary, adding to the cost of living. Fuel prices, insurance, and commuting times all push expenses higher, and at the same time, low-density zoning and geographic constraints limit housing supply, even as demand remains sky-high. Number 5. Orange County, California. Yes, Orange County, technically distinct from LA, but equally expensive. The median home price is $1.1 million, and a one-bedroom apartment rent is $2,800. Cost of living is 52% above the national average. With coastal communities such as Newport Beach, Orange County offers the amenities of LA without the density, and that comes with higher prices. But unlike LA, Orange County has fewer large employers and less transit infrastructure, making the high cost even harder to offset. Number 4. Washington, D.C. The nation's capital is expensive, and not just in politics. The median home price is $720,000, and the cost of living is 60% above average. DC has seen massive population growth in the last few decades, especially among young professionals. With limited space, high demand, and a robust white-collar economy, prices have soared. And it's not just housing. Transportation, dining, and healthcare in DC all rank among the most expensive in the US. Number 3. San Jose, California. Welcome to Silicon Valley. The median home price is a whopping $1.4 million, and one-bedroom rent is around $3,200. Cost of living is 81% above the national average. San Jose has some of the highest median incomes in the country, but that's barely enough. With Apple, Google, and other major firms nearby, housing demand is overwhelming. and local zoning often prohibits dense construction, keeping supply artificially low. Even groceries and utilities are notably higher here, creating an environment where only the ultra-high earners thrive. If you're enjoying the video so far, please subscribe and support me on Patreon. Link in the description. Number 2. San Francisco, California. For decades, San Francisco was the poster child for unaffordable living. The median home price is $1.3 million, and the overall cost of living is 84% above the US average. The tech boom drove prices into the stratosphere, but local laws, including height limits and slow permitting, limited new construction. Though prices have dipped slightly since 2020, San Francisco remains nearly unattainable for middle-class families, with everything from coffee to car insurance priced above average. Even those earning six figures often struggle with the cost of living. And at number 1, New York City. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan is $4,200, and the overall cost of living is 87% above the national average. New York is unique in that you can live without a car, which helps, but everything else is eye-wateringly expensive. Groceries, dining, healthcare, and childcare. The sheer demand for proximity to jobs, culture, and transit pushes prices to the extreme. And while New York has more housing units than any other US city, regulations, high construction costs, and fierce competition keep availability low. Even outer boroughs like Brooklyn and Queens have median rents above $2,500 a month. Still, millions continue to live here. Why? Because in New York, you're paying for access to opportunity, energy, and the experience of being at the center of it all. So why do people stay in cities where rent eats half their paycheck? For some, it's economic opportunity. High-paying jobs in tech, finance, or law aren't evenly distributed. They cluster in expensive metros. For others, it's lifestyle, walkability, culture, transit, or simply being part of something bigger. And for many, it's just inertia. They were born there, they have family there, or simply haven't found an alternative that feels worth the trade-off. The reality is, cost doesn't always equal quality of life, but in the US, affordability is becoming the exception, not the norm. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and support me on Patreon to get bonus content and early access to videos. Comment which of these cities would you like to live in.